Yes, they're gonna have to go again. It's freaking losing up who knows that. But point today is 190. I'm quite a line from me. That's what's chasing it for some reason. Just the time it took for me to rename the video. I'm gonna have to go again. And as I said, when I was walking that way, I was feeling the need. And my idea is simple. If they don't go now, this is gonna happen again. And then they're gonna think that, okay, that's what they're gonna say. So I proposed to you. What is this? Where did I arrive there feeling like I need to go again? OP. I gotta speak here and know the stock of that. We should talk about that. Forgot about important thing. Interesting path for the female that is. I wanted to relate something to you if that was the case. And if it was, the weird note was sure. So, 3 times, short sequence. First time, no wires. Oh, I'm not thinking it was the first time this ever happened. I'm saying it's the first time this happened. It was a hole made that they made much larger now. It might be putting this down. So I was making the first hole. Go back and make the hole larger. Yeah. If it's there while it's sure I can quickly. As for back to the same, as I was saying, the most important is the clean cut. As in you just need to stitch. Everything else is already in place. It's just a stitch. That's why you saw in one of the other bags, the part that lasted the longest was the patch that I made. It's a name for that. It's essentially what the reinforcement for their weakness is stronger than the surrounding areas. The combination then becomes that it breaks around the badge. But this is like engineering and construction things, nothing that would interest the business shit. Nothing against NIF personnel or use people or animals. Not that I'm an engineer, but just like handling stuff. Why would a physicist say? I identify myself as an engineer. Shame. But it's okay though, because to make this one joke, that means that everything else is not supposed to be serious. And that's what they expect you to believe. Especially with this information in mind, that's what they expect you to believe. How do you feel about this one? Probably more convinced, right? It's okay though, because it just milked out of me by doing dehumanization to make and trying to explain this very ludicrous concept that people don't do what they expect you to do. They do anything they want to do. So even though they think it's right. And they need me to explain it. Compare that with shit people that expected me to be ashamed of using the toilet and not ashamed of spying someone using the toilet. A grown up man, while being grown up men themselves, presumably at least grown up males, man is a different concept. Enfim, I just wanted to ridicule the man parties for moral reasons. That's why. Like the basically say about that. Yeah, this is how much they also really cost by the hole that was made. Nobody is stretching now. The stretch now was a consequence of having an hour at the point. But the original hole. Even with just this one. As I said, the previous one, the patch was actually much stronger than the whole stuff, than the rest of the bag. No, case in point. So the first time they would destroy my things, and yeah, as you saw that, I'll try to steal them or other things from the ones up here, to there, to here, to then this one's here, and this on the same side, another statue. And they were at the same time. Yeah, same hole that was made there on that side, on both, mind you. So if it was for me picking up as I just did here, it would have ragged the outside, not the one inside. This is a puncture. Oh no, no, this is this. Now you think that I would do that? As I got to say. Well, here while sedating me yesterday, it doesn't take too long to do it, as you saw. Yeah, this is things. Now, if you're saying that this is an isolated factor, let's say that this is indeed done by, let's say, a child, right? Well, would a child have access to the ventilation system to find out and synthesize whichever causes the incontinence thing to release it at a specific moment to showcase that to other individuals? Is that the explanation as well? Because you see adults involving children in all sorts of things, so I don't doubt that there's someone who will be telling a child to do this. It's any chance. It's the point. We showcase the criminal shoot, not the child, or the best another way is, as grown-up people do. But this is what I'm saying to you, several times. Um, yeah, decide what you think based on things you say. Because again, it's one crime. In this case, quite simple to understand too, right? So, as I said to you, knowing everything you know about me. Yesterday, for instance, in the bus, a bad example or a bad situation, right? As I was trying to deal with Chip and the other crimes, someone just goes there and does this. Both sides were injured. Exactly the same. Something like this, imagine, and then you just carve it in. Now, see where I always grab this by? It's almost like I do this for a while, right? So as I said to you, things you say, and who's doing it. And at this point, as you notice, the decrease in the amount of this is because it always stays like that. The car here and the chair on top, blocking as much as possible. One person abused by all the good people of this place. We'd expect. Now, I wouldn't know that can also notice the traits of other criminals as they go with the whole. Not all of the people. That'll be a lie. That'll be inaccurate, and there'll be a seditious lie, a lie with heavy impact on. So that is a lie. No, not all the people. Just virtually everyone interact with me, but not all. That's again, and I wouldn't want that to be the case. Talk about that. I found the pen. I lost the other pen. This time with nothing to do with the criminals, as far as I know, other than the drugs, obviously, that they're throwing on us. Because the cat slipped through, probably a mister. Yeah, it slipped through to one of the crevices, and I even saw when it went into, and I forgot about after left, before we left. After it fell, I tried to find it, couldn't get it to it, so it's possible, realistically, same thing as this, that it was. All likelihood, though, not quite the case, much like in this case, it's virtually everyone interacts with me, because if you just want to come here, eat your food, and go to the gym, and then leave, for instance, you're going to come here, eat your food, go to the gym, and leave. You're not going to pass through me. Even if you pass me, tons of people pass through me all the time. You see that feet at best when I'm pointing at the ground. Occasionally, you see that if that crime is happening all around, and you see evidence in these videos left, right, and center by those criminals you see. But there are tons of other ones tons of other people who just living their lives, right? They're not coming here to torture someone, they're just having a life. So, again, as I said, I say everyone, it's not literally everyone, just virtually everyone. And again, you already taken that consideration because it's only me, right? So, that being said, as I said to you, it's usually how evil happens, usually how those atrocities tend to go on. It's not necessarily because everybody's doing it, that goes back to just every time in history you will. And this is not secret knowledge either, it's pretty much what everybody knows, right? Again, I'm talking about a weird place in the mountains with this weird couch culture, it's just fucking South America. You watch American movies just like everybody else, and TV shows, and news, and everything else. So again, as I said,